If you have any doubt, I will solve. Communication useful. हाँ, आप इनको बता दें पहले तो आप अगर गलत बताएंगे या मैं आपको बता दूँगा तो आपका बेटर हो जाएगा आपको आइडिया हो जाएगा
This was the topic we were discussing in the last class, individual. So we were talking about how assessment of individual is done. So we have studied that what is the general procedure of assessment. Now we will study one by one how each of the person is assessed under Income Tax Act. So we'll first talk about individual. So individual means I, we, you, we all are individuals. So individual means a is individual. So how the tax on individual works. So the first thing which we need to know is any individual can work in a business. So for example, I'm an individual and I'm doing my business, my profession. I have a firm which is a proprietorship firm. So that proprietorship firm is being run by me. I'm the proprietor, I'm the sole owner, and I'm a whole thing of my firm. There is no other partner, no other person. So in that case, it is called as proprietorship firm because I'm the sole owner of the firm. So in that case, when it is a proprietorship firm, both are added in the one return, one person, one individual, because individual and proprietorship form is same. Why? Because PAN is same. My proprietorship firm cannot have a different PAN because my PAN will be used in proprietorship firm same as it is because it is my firm. I am the owner. So both are same in the eyes of income tax. Salary and interest on capital from partnership firm. Now, that can be the second case. I might have a partnership firm from which I'm doing my business. So I may get a salary interest on capital from the partnership firm. That salary and interest on capital is not taxed under salary head or other source head. It will be taxed under business and profession head. So that is one thing we need to understand and remember. For individuals, slab rate will be applicable for the taxation purpose. Now, what is slab rate? The first slab is 2,50,000. For the first 2,50,000, the tax is nil. Next, from 250,001 to 5 lakh, 5%. Now, just understand at this level, if my income is 5 lakh rupees, my tax will be 12,500 because the tax up to 2,50,000 is nil. Then from 250 to 5 lakh, that is total 2,50,000 difference. 5 lakh, 5% is the tax rate. So 12,500 will be my tax if I'm earning 5 lakh rupees. Suppose I'm earning 4 lakh rupees, my tax will be 4 lakh minus 250, that is 1,50,000 multiplied by 5%. 7,500. So in that case, 7,500 will be my tax. So now the next slab is 5 lakh 001, 5 lakh 1 to 10 lakh. Tax rate is 20%. So for example, my income is 6 lakh rupees. So for first 250, tax is nil. Next 250 to 5, tax is 5%. That is 12,500. Then my income is 6 lakh. So next 5 lakh to 6 lakh, the tax rate is 20% on 1 lakh. So my tax will be 20,000 for this slab. Total tax will be 20,000 plus 12,500 plus nil. That is 32,500. After 10 lakh, my tax will be 30%. Now, for example, again, if I'm earning 11 lakh rupees, how much will be my tax? So from 10 lakh to 11 lakh, tax is 30%. That is 30,000. From 5 lakh to 10 lakhs, tax is 20%. So that is 1 lakh. Total is 130. And 250 to 5 lakh, 5%, that is 12,500. So total tax will be 1,42,500. Senior citizen, the first limit of 250 will be 3 lakh. So the slab rate for senior citizen will be on first 3 lakh nil, from 3 lakh to 5 lakh 5%, from 5 lakh to 10 lakh 20, and after 10 lakh 30. For super senior citizen, that is more than 80 years, nil up to 5 lakh. So the slab rate will be on first 5 lakh nil, from 5 lakh to 10 lakh 20%, after 10 lakh 30%. Section 115 BAC. Now, what we have just understood is old regime, is old scheme of taxation. Regime or old scheme of taxation. Now there is a new scheme of taxation. You all must have heard somewhere from your known, from your relatives or someone, that there are two types of schemes of taxation. So this is the new scheme of taxation, which is under section 115 BAC. And this is an optional scheme. You have an option to pay tax under this scheme or the old scheme. In the new scheme of taxation, no exemptions and deductions are permitted, except few. So one or two exemption and deductions are permitted that we will study later on. But for now, you just need to understand no exemptions and deductions will be applicable. So in like 10 or 20 class before, we studied about exemptions and deductions. Those deductions and exemptions are not applicable if you are opting for new scheme. So this will be the slab rate for the new scheme up to 250 nil, 2,50,000 to 5 lakh 5%, 5 lakh to 7 lakh 50,000 10%, 7 lakh 50,000 to 10% 15%, 10 lakh to 12 lakh 50,000 20%, 12 lakh 50,000 to 15 lakh 25%, above 15 lakh 30%. So if someone wants to go for this scheme, they can go for this scheme. If someone wants to go for old scheme, they can go for old scheme. There will be no alternate minimum tax in new scheme. Now, what is alternate minimum tax? We will study in some other class. There is a rebate under section 87A. So if your income is less than 5 lakh rupees, you will have a rebate of 12,500 from the income tax. Now just think about this rebate. Suppose your income is 5 lakh exact. What will happen? How much will be your tax? Just look into this. If your income is 5 lakh rupees, if your income is 5 lakh rupees, your tax, total tax will be 12,500, because first 2,50,000 nil, next 250 to 5 lakh 12,500. So your tax will be 12,500 only. And if your income is up to 5 lakh, you will get a rebate of 12,500. So if your income is up to 5 lakh, your tax will be nil, because there is a rebate of 12,500. And that is why you might have heard somewhere that the tax exemption limit is 5 lakh now. So it is not 5 lakh, it is still 2,50,000. But due to this rebate, there is no tax up to 5 lakh. There is a surcharge on income tax. If your income is between 50 lakh to 1 crore, 10% of tax will be levied as surcharge. If your income is 1 crore to 2 crore, 15% of tax. 2 crore to 5 crore, 25% of tax. More than 5 crore, 37% of tax is the surcharge. Surcharge on dividend in 11A and 112A cannot be more than 15%. Now, there is one more, health and education cess. This is fixed 4% of income tax. So these are the all taxes applicable on an individual. These many taxes have to be totalized and then has to be paid and return has to be filed. That is what income tax assessment in case of an individual. Any doubts, please let us know on the chat box.